Hello and welcome to the Hayden show. Not the other one that we don't talk about anymore because it's died. Tom. Bye bye, Tom. But yes, we got, first episode was pretty good. Second episode, pretty good. We're going to the third one today. And that's right, today we're talking about the Bill and Ted John Wick adventure crossover. It was a good film. Like the Bill and Ted Time Machine and John Wick, and it was good. Seeing Keanu Reeves somehow make himself really, really young, then talking to those John Wick, it was really good.
Not gonna lie, I'd watch that shit all day long.
I know you would.
That just sounds like so interesting idea. Man, Hollywood, stop making that shit.
I mean, that is a good idea of like how different tones can clash and sometimes be really work really well. Speaking of, so do you want to tell us what the crossover episode is, Tom?
The Grim Adventures of the Kids Next Door, which is obviously the big, probably the big crossover for Cartoon Network before the Ben 10 one, because it was Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy and the Codename Kids Next Door, as well as a few other little references to like Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Edd and Eddy,
Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends,
Samurai Jack.
Yeah, the monkey one in the camp.
I know you're on about. I can't fucking think of it off my head.
You know the elephant boy was talking about it. The best character in the entire Billy and Mandy.
This is like the big crossover for them before.
Yeah,
like it's their big '90s crossover basically.
And yeah, it's a good example of like we've all talked about how like first thing we've done. The art style has been consistent to one side of the crossover. The other one has been redesigned to fit in it. Whereas this one, the competing art styles are both different and similar at the same time. That it works. They do a lot of jokes playing off it, and it's really like interesting to see like how the different art styles and also the different tone. Because see, Kid Next Door is supposed to be like kind of like it's like a classic like a cartoon. It's all about kids being like, oh, these parents are getting us down. Let's defeat the. I mean, stopping and getting grounded, and it's very like over the top, like spies and
it's very much like a spy type.
Yeah, it's like Spy Kids. Like using guns, they use like mustard and they use like nets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you've got Billy and Mandy, which is the most like darkest yet stupidest like show ever, and it is the best thing. And I think those two tones like they kind of work well, don't they?
Yeah.
You've got like the darkness of how Grimm works, and it clashes really well in a good way with how like just innocent the Spy Kid's Door kind of is. Like there's more like, oh, we'll impersonate them and it works perfectly well. And it only plays like, oh, that doesn't make sense. But in the Billy and Mandy universe, it only works when the characters are fucking stupid. Like, for example, Grimm and Billy's dad.
See, that's what I find funny. If you look at the ones we've done so far, in terms of obviously how they've like been brought into like the same episode, like you look at the Ben 10 one, Ben fell out of the sky, they have to team up and whatnot. You look at the Marvel Phineas and Ferb one, Phineas and Ferb basically causes fuck up. Marvel had to come into the town to help him. Whereas this, it's literally like it literally starts with Billy when his dad's treasures getting the scythe stuck in his ass and going, "I need help." Calls Ed and Eddy. Oh, you cheapskate. Go to the Kids Next Door. Turn up. Oh, one of the Powerpuff Girls.
You like the Powerpuff Girls?
So it's like that sort of a stupid premise. It's like it's not this big world-ending scenario or basically if someone's like stole something scenario. It's literally I've got a scythe stuck in my ass. Can you get it out?
It's basically he's taking the action-packed like storylines of the Kid Next Door. And then putting it in that like meta, like dark comedy that you get with Billy and Mandy, and yeah, It worked well.
It's actually,
Well done, Cartoon Network.
we both obviously said this before recording. Obviously, you were more Billy and Mandy, whereas I obviously saw more Kids Next Door. I didn't see much Kids Next Door, but I saw more than I did of Billy and Mandy. I think I saw the Christmas episode of Billy and Mandy, and then this one, and that's it. Whereas Kids Next Door, I think I've seen a few episodes here and there. So I've grew up more knowing that. But again, I know fuck all about that. But we both can agree we knew more Ed, Edd and Eddy than anything.
Oh well, I knew more Billy and Mandy than Ed, Eddy, but I watched a lot of Eddie as well. But I was like obsessed with Billy and Mandy. It was so fucking funny. Because like the whole show is very meta. I do a lot of jokes about that. Like there's one where like Grim can't understand what's this person saying, and he's like, I don't know what he's saying. I can't read subtitles backwards. Oh, it's like so good. I mean, I remember once they did like a rip off of Harry Potter, and like the guy was like he's not a parcel tongue. He's got a partial tongue, got a hole in his tongue, and he can talk to food. That was like his thing. He can talk to food. It's so like it's that level of like bad. It's good. Like it's so funny, and the storyline as well that they did for this crossover was just so fucking crazy.
And so it starts off so simple with scythe up the ass, and eventually it leads to a giant fight.
Robot skeleton.
Fight.
Fucking simulated like Reaper fight.
It basically goes from scythe up ass to Pacific Rim. Yeah.
And like as well, like they acknowledge that the Billy and Mandy are basically they aren't the good guys in this entire show. Like they are probably the worst characters, like
especially
morally.
Mandy.
Yeah, Billy is just a fucking idiot and causes so much trouble. Like, and then Mandy is like seriously evil. Like when she gets given like all the resources, she thinks, oh, instead of like helping like Kid Next Door and try and get Billy, she takes over that entire like place and starts to take over the world. And then instead of like defeating this like
skeleton people,
the simulating skeleton, we'll call it.
Yeah, that's basically
what it is. She tries to take it over, and then wants to take up everyone.
Yeah, I love how she turns their base into her face. She turns the giant robot into her, and then she turns the giant skeleton into her face as well.
Yeah, because she's egotistical. You know what I mean?
But you know, obviously, the difference between the characters is the fact that obviously Mandy, as soon as she gets the power, she's just evil as hell. Whereas Billy's like, oh, bacon sandwich! Anyone going to eat that?
While they're all controlling like the thing and trying to take all the people, is there singing?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's like how they play. Billy's a fucking idiot, and you can see where he gets it from his dad. Oh my god,
I'm the one who wears the pants here.
We've all got to agree. His dad was the best character in that episode.
Especially when he comes in that wrestling gear at the end.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Does it?
Oh, yeah. His dad is like the best character in the entire show.
I feel like the best quote has got to be the bit with Grim, and he's like, "I know those pants," and he's sat there, and he's like, "Oh, these are like lucky pants. I met my wife with these. You call that lucky? No, they're lucky because they're immune to scythe attack, blades, mustards, everything they've already attacked him with."
And that just sums up Bill and Mandy. That the whole show is that ridiculous. I mean, literally, I remember one like big plot was there was like this haunted Rubik's cube. And it was basically going to destroy the world, and you had to solve it. It's the most like difficult thing ever. His dad solves it really easily. He takes his stickers off and puts them back on again, all in order.
Doesn't work. Doesn't work.
And that's how it works.
Trust me, it doesn't work.
But he managed to make it work.
I got told it worked. I tried it. I ruined my Rubik's cube. Trust me, it doesn't work.
It just makes me laugh that's how he solved that. Like, yeah, the characters are fucking like that out there and ridiculous. That is funny, and I think Kid Next Door is probably the perfect one to do that with.
They're also idiots, as proved by the fact that 2, 3, and 5, I think it is. Like instantly, like, or 4, I think it might be actually. But
Like a 5 was the one, yeah.
like, yeah, it was like, oh, this isn't number 1. What are you doing? And so 2's dead. 2's out of it. It's 3 and 4. I'm basically like, yeah, this is number 1. But then again, 3 and 4 are the idiot 2, especially 3.
3 and 4 are basically the Billy of the group, and that plays well because Mandy as a character is known for like manipulating the idiots basically, and it makes sense that the 2 idiots she can manipulate, whereas 5, who's a lot more smarter.
And it's like, yeah, you're not number 1, but I do love the fact that everyone thinks number 1 is still Billy. It is Billy's dad thinks it's Billy. Grim thinks it's Billy. Everyone thinks it's, apart from number 5, everyone thinks it's Billy. And I love how number 1 thinks Grim's just a guy in a costume, and then number 5's like, don't they feed people in these prisons anymore?
Oh god, I do like. I love her as well. Like they put it off as like it's like the start of it is like a typical like Billy and Mandy show, whereas like the when the kid next door like go against these the pleasant kids, what they're called.
Yeah, pleasant kids.
They're villains basically.
It becomes a Kids Next Door episode.
Yeah,
and then it goes back into
by Billy.
Yeah, then it obviously merges into essentially both their types of episodes into one big finale. So it sort of splits it basically. So far, so much of it is just basically Billy and Mandy episode. Then it's Kids Next Door episode. Then it's sort of interwoven, and it's like a proper full-on plot that's merged between the two, and so it works really well.
Definitely. I mean, like even like there's a lot of cool meta jokes, like that Mandy like us. I would have got away with it too for a few meddling kids next door, and like escapes away, and often the one's like, "Damn, she's like so like evil," and he's like, and Grim's like,
it's like I have to deal with this every day.
It's like try being the same show with her
every day.
Oh, the poor guy. Because obviously the whole point of like Billy and Mandy is he got tricked into becoming their slave, basically. Because it makes me laugh to say like he has to deal with this constantly, and like everyone that realizes, Mandy's horrible, like she's evil. Like when he's like, "Don't worry, no one will be able to like break me." Opens the door, it's Mandy. You know he's fucked.
Yeah. It's good as well because obviously this is a short one. This is basically just your normal length episode. It's not a feature length one because it doesn't need to be really. Because it gets everything it needs to be within this. Because I think it's a Kids Next Door episode, I believe. I think it's. Where's my Google? There it is.
I would have thought it'd be Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
I swear it's a Kids Next. Actually, it's like it's not even part of the series. It's like a bonus one. It's
like special.
It's like a. Where's my notes? Grim Adventures of the Kids Next Door. I haven't even written my notes. Grim Adventures of the Kids Next Door. KND. Although I believe it's. I swear. Season 6 episode S1, but it's part of a Code Next Door by the look of it.
I would have been a Billy and Mandy one because of like obviously how dark Billy and Mandy can be, and also because of like the way it starts off as a Billy and Mandy episode.
Trying to look over my mic here. I swear I read it the other day. It's like part of Codename. It's like an extra. It's like episode 14 of one of the shows. The show only goes up to episode 13. This series does, but it's episode 14 because it's obviously an extra bonus one. Yeah, because it says here previous episode Operation Girlfriend, next episode Operation Caramel. So that means it's Kids Next Door because their episodes are always titled Operation. And then obviously an acronym or something. Yeah, so it's Kids Next Door.
Oh well. But I do like a lot of the references to like the Billy and Mandy characters as well.
Yeah.
Like the elephant, the best characters in the show.
Yeah, the elephant is. It
He's,
just appears on
he's,
screen randomly, and it
yeah.
starts talking. It starts torturing.
Well, think of him as like the Craig of the group of the show. You know, he just sits there talking random bit stuff that no one cares about. But obviously, I do also like the little other characters they use, like the bully, the character that tend to show a lot, and obviously Billy's best mate. I can't remember his name, small one, with the glasses.
Oh, the birthday one.
Yeah. He's Billy's like mate, and do you know who his granddad is?
Oh.
Dracula. Yeah, he's a vampire. You don't see that until later on, but his grandpa's a vampire. And how they do vampires is like he doesn't bite people, like he licks the blood. He didn't drink, like suck the blood. He licks it. Oh, his granddad's amazing.
Anyway, what's your verdict on this?
Yeah, I think like the Threesome Fab one, it's more like it's entertaining, light-hearted show. It's like just like the classic cartoons. It's a classic cartoon. You know, you just sit back and watch it. There's not really that much big of a story, really.
It's
just
quite basic, really.
Cartoon. Basic, yeah. It's like the plot of like a Kid Next Door, but with all
sprinkled of Billy and Mandy over it.
With a lot of like the stuff that normally goes wrong in a Billy and Mandy show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I say it's a good watch. Like you don't have to be a fan of like Kid Next Door to watch it, but I think you might have to be at least like the humor that Billy and Mandy has to watch it, because it's one of those like, Billy and Mandy can be quite grotesque sometimes, especially the art style.
Yeah.
Like if you see some of the stuff they do. Oh. But yeah, fun to watch. I like it. I'm not going to do any complex math for this one. Okay.
My brain was going to explode.
Don't worry. We'll just do I'll give it I'd say 78 out of 10.
78.
So yeah, it was good. Very interesting.
So it slots in third
definitely
place.
Watch it. And yeah.
Goes on our Top Gear style leaderboard.
I mean, I'd rather watch that like many times than watch Mugcast.
We got him out of it and then putting him back in it.
I wonder how long it'll take Tom to realise he's muted.
What?
You're muted, Tom.
It doesn't say I'm muted on there.
Well, I can't hear you.
It doesn't say. Are you taking the piss?
Yeah, you're muted.
Better now.
Still muted, I can't hear you.
She's deaf.
Oh, we'll never know.
Fuck.
Ba, 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 ba.